ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वदरुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। You can repeat from the beginning. Mukhanasika vachanonunasikah
मुखनासिका वचनोनुनासिकः
vibhaktischa
विभक्तिश्च
adarshanam lopah
अदर्शनं लोपः
आदिरन्तेन सहेता
आदिरन्तेन सहेता
उपदेशे जनुनासिक इत्
उपदेशे जनुनासिक
हलन्त्यं
हलन्त्यं
न विभक्तौ तु स्माहा
न विभक्तौ तु स्वाहा
आदिर्ङिटुडवः
आदिर्निटुडवः
कः प्रत्ययस्य
प्रत्ययस्य
चुटु
चुटु.
Is my voice clear to all of you?
Yes.
Do you hear your voice again? Is there any echo of your voice?
No, Ji.
No.
You get your voice back again.
No.
No echo is there.
Okay. Because I'm using this speaker, whether the voice comes back to you. Okay. लशक्वतद्दिते तस्य लोपः यथा संख्यम् अनुदेशः समानाम् ओ कालः अच् ह्रस्व दीर्घप्लुतः अचश्च उच्चैरुदातः नीचैरनुदातः समाहारस्वरितः ह्रस्वं लघु हलोऽनन्तरा संयोगः संयोगे गुरु दीर्घं च
दीर्घं च
अलोन्त्यात् पूर्व उपधा
अलोन्त्यात् पूर्व उपधा
लस्य
लस्य
तिप्तस्झि
तिप्तस्जी
तस्थ
सिप्तस्थ
मिप्वस्मस्
मिप्पस्मस्
त आतां झ
आतां च
थास् आथां ध्वम्
थास् आतां त्वम्
इट् वहि महिङ्
इट् महिं
लः परस्मैपदम्
लः परस्मैपदम्
आनौ आत्मनेपदम्
आत्मनेपदम्
तिङः त्रीणि त्रीणि प्रथममध्यम उत्तमाः
तिङः त्रीणि त्रीणि प्रथममध्यम उत्तमाः
तानि एकवचन द्विवचन बहुवचनानि अनेकशः
तानि एकवचन द्विवचन बहुवचनानि एकशः
अर्थवत् अधातुः अप्रत्ययः प्रातिपदिकम्
अर्थवत् अधातुः अप्रत्ययः प्रातिपदिकम्
कृत् तद्धित समासाश्च
कृतसमासाश्च
इ आप् प्रातिपदिकात्
प्रातिपदिकात्
सु औजस्
सु औजस्
औक्षस्
औषस्
प्राभ्यां बिस् एभ्यां ब्यस् ङसिभ्यां ब्यस्
ङसिभ्याभ्यस्
ङस् ओस् आम्
आम्
इ ओ सुप्
निवोसुप्
सुपः
सुपः
विरामः अवसानम्
विरामः
जस् शसोः शिः शि सर्वनामस्थानम्
सर्वनामस्थानम्
दृढनपुंसकस्य यस्मात् प्रत्ययविधिः तदादिप्रत्यये अङ्गम्
यस्मात् प्रत्ययविधिः तदादिप्रत्यये अङ्गम्.
This is where we stop, right?
Yes, जी.
So anga definition. So we were reading from the website. This anga. What is anga? Angam. 1:4:13. I think we stopped in between, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Some particular line we were reading. Tadadi, I think here only, I think. Tadadi. Let me.
அதெல்லாமே ஆச்சு சார் லாஸ்ட் போர்ஷன் தான்
Last portion. Okay. Just what is anga? Yasmat shabdat pratyaya vidiyate tadadi shabda rupam tasmin pratyaya pare angam iti sanyam prapnoti. The pratyaya which is ordained after that shabda, starting tad adi shabda swarupam, starting from the beginning of that shabda, tasmin pratyaya pare up to the pratyaya paryantam, pratyaya purva paryantam, ye vartante te anga sanya prapnoti, anga sanyam prapnoti. Now in this we are discussing this tadadi, asmin sutri tadadi. I think I stopped. I said I will explain the next class. Actually, it is a simple thing. It is not difficult. That time when we read, the mind should have space. Space was not there. So even in the Mundaka Upanishad class just now, the words Dikshaha, Dakshinaha is there.
Yeah.
Both are Dakara, right? So both are confused with both Dikshaha, Dakshinaha. The mind went blank. Then it takes some time to come back. And that too, when it comes to Panini Vyakaranam, mind often goes blank, right?
For me, always it happens.
Huh? So, no, in the class also, suddenly we forget what we are saying. Forget. Then we have to recall. Oh, this is. So, I experienced just now, and not yesterday also. Every day, in the night when I do puja, this Avaganti Homa mantra is that this Yaschandasam, Yaschandasam Rishabho Vishwarupaha Chandobhyo Dimrita Asam Babuva Samendro Medaya Sprunnotu. Then after that, every day I chant this. After that, the next line I forgot. Doesn't come. How much I try.
Amritasya Devadarana.
The next line didn't come at all. What is that? Every day I chant this for at least 21 times. When I do puja, I chant this. This next line didn't come to me. Then I have to get up and open the mantra pushpa book and see Amritasya Devadarano. I remember this once happened to a sadhu in Ramakrishna Bhatt. Ramakrishna Bhatt, this Stapaka Yacha Dharmasya Sarva Dharma Swarupine. That shloka is very famous, and they sing at the during every every day during this we call whisper service arati time they sing. Stapaka Yacha Dharmasya Sarva Dharma Swarupine Avatar Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha. Stapakaya Dharmasya with the piano is the sadhu has sung. The next word is forgot. In fact, that is a shloka every day they chant. Often they repeat in a day so many times they repeat. It's gone. Suddenly doesn't come to the mind. Mind goes blank. And what to talk of Panini Sutras, right? So many connections are there. But that's why the Panini Sutras are important. It keeps the mind very alert. Okay, anyway. So here is actually a simple one. It's not difficult, no difficulty here. Simple vakya I can understand. Prashnaha. So in this sutra, Yasmat Pratyaya Vidiki Tadadi Pratyaya Angam. Every word, why it is used, what is the importance of each word in this is what is explained in the form of question and answer. In fact, this is all a little higher level. With the certain examples later given, you will see that is that's the Tadita example, other examples is given to explain why these words are required. Why can we shorten the Anga Sanya definition? Why it is required like this? Simple way always is you understand this Bu plus Shab plus Tip. Bu will get this the Pratyaya here in this example Uttama Purusha Ekavachana Pratyaya, which is think Pratyaya, Mip is added to Bu Dhatu. Then Dhatoho Paraha Pratyaya Bhavati, by that the default rule, Shab Pratyaya comes. Shab Pratyaya will not come after the Mip, it will come after the Dhatu, Prakriti. Therefore, Shab walks in between. So, Shab is also a Pratyaya, Mip is also a Pratyaya. So, for Shab, Bu is the Pratyaya, the Anga. For Mip, Bu plus Shab is the Anga. This is what the meaning of this is, that we know very well. And this is what is explained here also. Now, let us read from Prashnaha 1. Asmin Sutre Tadadi iti Kimartam Uktamasti. These are all additions, extra information, extra detailed information. You understand what is Anga, that much is enough. But anyway, we'll read that. So in this sutra, why the word Tadadi is used? Kevalam Yasmat Pratyavidihi Tat Pratyaye Angam iti Brumaha Chet Kaha Doshaha. So we can remove the word Tadadi, just to say Yasmat Pratyavidihi, the Pratyaya which is ordained after that. Then Pratyaya Paryantam. That is called Anga. Why don't we say that? What is the defect in that? He says Uttaram. Because we know, therefore, for us there is no surprise in this answer, because we are familiar with the definition of Anga, and therefore we take it for granted and we do it. But if you don't know, if you want to define, then all these questions will come. In the sutra, every word has to be explained why it is required. So therefore, little elaborate discussion here. The answer given bu plus shap plus mip with an example. Asya prakriyayam it must be. Okay, asya prakriyam pashyamah chet. It prakriyam only. It is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Asya prakriyam pashyamah chet. Asya prashnasya uttaram lapsyate. If you see the prakriya, bu plus shap plus mip. Here, bu plus shap plus mip ityatra shap pratyah bu dhatoh vigitah asti. Shap pratyah is ordained after the prakriti. Here the dhatu bu. It is ordained after that. Ataha shap pratyasya angam bu iti. So the anga for the anga for the shap pratyah is bu. Mip pratyah api bu dhatoh eva vigitah asti. Mip also is ordained after the bu dhatu. Parantu tasya angam kim bhavati bu plus a iti bhavati. Now, shap being a pit pratyaya sarvadhatukam pit, therefore we know it will cause angakarya. Therefore, sarvadhataka hadadhataka yogo. That sutra we will see. We have seen. We are going to see again later. Ityanena nirdishtaha angasya gunaha shap pratyakritah asti. So, angasya guna it happens by shap pratyaya. Because of shap pratyaya it happens. Shap pratyaya causes the anga karya. That is guna anga karya. Ataha saha shap pratyasya yat angam bu tasya sthane bhavati. Sarvadhataka adhataka yoga, that sutra ordains guna for the anga. For the shap pratyaya anga is bu. Therefore anga karyam bu will become bo. Guna will happen. Evam krutva bo plus a plus mip iti siddhyati. Now after that bo plus a is agre echo yava yavaha ityanena avadeshe avadeshit adesha avadeshaha av adeshaha avadeshaha av iti adesha avadesha. That is also samasa, karmadhare samasa. So by echo yava yavaha by that sutra av adesha comes. Therefore bhav plus mip iti jayate. Now अस्याम अवस्थायां मिप् प्रत्यय परे अतो दीर्घो यज्ञ इत्यनेन मिप् प्रत्ययस्य अंगस्य दीर्घः विधीयते. By this sutra अतो दीर्घो यज्ञ, this also we have seen for Uttama Purusha, when yajnadi pratyaya follows adantasya angasya dīrghah bhavati. Okay, now for miप् pratyaya, what is the anga? Idanim prashnah agacchati. Miप् pratyasya angam bu plus a iti. Bu plus a is the anga. That is what we said at the beginning. Now, after the avadesha, parantu avadeshe krute, bu has become bau. Bau plus a iti jatam asti. Therefore, bu shabda is not there. Bu plus a is the anga. If we say bu has to be there, but bu is not there. Bu has become bau. So when therefore atra keval bakara eva asti. Only bakara is there because o of the bu will has become bau. Therefore, what is left out only bakara. Asyam stitau ayam dirghadesha karaniyah va. Now dirghadesha to be done or not. Asya uttaram datum eva asmin tute tadadi uttam asti. If the anga is bu plus shap, then dirghattam bhavati. The anga is changed now. Because the anga is changed to bu has become bau. So it is no more bu, it is bau. Because anga has changed now, can it be still considered as a anga? Yes, because the adi letter, that's why the tadadi is required. Starting from the beginning of the shabd, beginning of that is required, tad adi. So bu plus shab, if it is there, then also it is bakara. Starting from bakara, that is meaning. The bu has become bau, then also it is only bakara. Bakarat arabhya eva. Therefore, tadadi the word is required. If tadadi the word is not there, then what would be the conclusion is bu plus Shap has become bau plus shap, therefore there is no more bu, then how can it considered be as an anga? That question may come. Therefore, the word tadadi is required. That is what he says here. Bu ityasya pratama varnaha bakaraha tadadi shabda swarupasya. Tad adi shabda swarupasya angasanya bhavet. The shabda beginning with that bu. So, shabda swarupam, the form of the shabda beginning with bakara. Angasanya bhavet. It will gain the angasanya. Kevalam bu plus shap ityasyana iti artha tadadi grahane jayate. Not just bu plus shap. It is no more bu. Angakarya has happened, it has become bau plus shap. If it is bau plus shap, then it is, if tadadi word is not there, then you can say this is not the anga. Therefore, the word tadadi is required. The shabda beginning with that letter is important. Need not be bu. Bu can change or anything in that can change the form. After the form change, that which begins with that letter is important. Starting from that is important. Starting from that letter of the shabda is important. Therefore, the word tadadi is required. So, therefore, iti yukte bakarat arabhya pratyase pratama varnam yavat. The pratama varnam is what is required. So, whether it is bu or it is bau, doesn't matter. If you put tadadi, the problem is solved. So, tadadi shabdasya shabda swarupasya. That is what the meaning. So, bakarat arabhya, that meaning will come, tada bakarat arabhya, that particular varnat arabhya, only when the word tadadi is there. So, bakarat arabhya, that is bakarat arabhya pratyasya pratama varnam yavat yat shabda swarupam tat angasanyam bhavati ayam artaha siddhyati. Yena bau plus a ityasyapi dirgham kartum shakyate. When bu is no more there, when bab is there, then what? Then how can we do angakaryam? That question may come. Dirgha angakaryam question may come, because bu itself is not the bu has to be there. Then only, because that is the anga. Because ato dirgha yagi say adantasya angasya. The anga is bu plus shap. When anga itself is not bu, then how can we do the dirghatam of the akara of the anga? Even by using the word tadadi, even then the bu has changed its form, any form, but beginning with bakara, that doesn't change. So therefore, the word tadadi is required. Therefore, ataha asmin sutra tadadi grahanam avashyakam asti. Therefore, the word tadadi is very important. So tadadi only, the word only tells that the shabda swarupam, the swarupa of the shabda begins with that. So that is the pratama varna. Starting from the pratama varna. Therefore, the pratama varna only is that. Therefore, it can be, even if the anga changes in between, that doesn't, the form of the anga changes in between, that doesn't denies the anga sanya. So therefore, the word tadadi is important, he says. As I said before, since we understand already what is anga, so it is difficult to understand why the word tadadi is required. This is you have to be completely free from the previous understanding or conditioning. Then you will understand why tadadi is required. But already we are familiar. So many times we have said and familiar with that. Therefore, the word tadadi, it is understood, you may think. But if you approach with a blank, the mind, you don't know anything that's new, then you will understand the significance of the word tadadi. That is what anyway is explains here. We know what it is. So we will move on. Prashnaha 2, the next one, why the word? Again, all these are, as I said, it is very elaborate discussion. Just understand as much as possible. Asmin sutre vidhi shabdaha kimartam prayuktaha asti. Why the word vidhi is there? केवलं यस्मात् प्रत्ययः तदादि प्रत्ययङ्गम् इति वदामः चेत् कः दोषः? Just saying pratyaya ordained which, after which, starting from the first letter of the shabda up to the pratyaya paryantam. Angam iti vadamah chet kah doshah. What is the defect if we call that by the name anga? Uttaram. Prayah सर्वत्र यस्मात् शब्दात् प्रत्यय विहितः अस्ति तस्मात् एव अनन्तरम् आगतः दृश्यते. The pratyaya which is ordained after the shabda comes tasmad eva. Tasmad shabdat eva anantara agatah. It comes, the pratyaya comes after that shabda. Yata Rama plus su ityatra Rama shabdat vigitah su pratyaya kutra agacchati. Rama shabdat anantaram eva agacchati. Anyasma shabdat, not after any other shabda. Su pratyaya ordained after Rama will come only after the word Rama, no other, not other any other word, not any other word in between or any other word after that doesn't come. Rama only Rama. After the word Rama it comes. Parantu it comes only after the word Rama. Okay. Parantu keshichana staleshu, in some place what happens? Yasmat shabdat pratyaya vihita asti, the pratyaya which is ordained after a shabda, tasya shabdasya tasmin pratyaya pare sampurna lopah jayate. That shabda, tasya shabdasya, when the pratyaya follows, that shabda becomes completely lopaha, goes away, or it may undergo change. Some replacement happens. Sampurna rupena, completely changes, the form changes or completely becomes lopa. Evam bhavati chet, if it happens so, then pratyaya kasmachana anyasmat eva shabdat anantaram agata drishyate. In this case, what will happen? The pratyaya kasmachana anyasmat eva shabdat anantara agataha. It comes after, it seems to come after the other shabda. Asyam sito yasmat shabdat anantara ayam pratyaya agata drishyate tasya shabdasya anga sangya ma bhu iti spashti kartum vidhi shabdaha proktaha asti. Therefore, in this situation, yasmat shabdat, after that shabda, anantaram ayam pratyaya agata drishyate. If this pratyaya comes after that shabda, tasya shabdasya anga sangya ma bhut. That shabda should not gain the anga sangya. Therefore, vidhi is ordained. Vidhi, the vidhi word is used. Yasmat shabdat pratyaya moola rupena vigitah asti tasya eva shabdasya anga sangya bhavet. In the moola rupa, in the, as a basic, in the beginning, they are in the moola rupa, the pratyaya which is obtained after the shabda, that is a moola rupa. That shabda alone will get anga sangya. Yasmat shabdat pratyaya drishya rupena atashtati tasya anga sangya bhavut ayam arthaha. But you may not, that the pratyaya which is comes after that what you see, because the anga, as is said before, sampurna rupin lopaha bhavitam shakyate, it would have gone. So by seeing that, don't consider that the pratyaya, that the shabda which precedes the pratyaya is anga. Don't think, don't consider that. Ma bhut ayam arthaha. What do you understand? If you understand, if you see the example, you will understand a little. Let us see the example. Udaharanam pashyamah chet spashtam bhavet. If you read the example, you will understand. What is that example? He is giving an example of the tadita, which we don't know, but just know this much. Idam shabda is there. The form of the idam shabda is yet in tadita. Vatu pratyaya. By adding vatu pratyaya, vatu is one pratyaya, tadita pratyaya. Matuparta pratyaya. Tadasya tasminiti, that in that meaning of that, or in which in that meaning vatu pratyaya is added. One pratyaya is vatu pratyaya, and here idam shabda takes vatu pratyaya. The vatu pratyaya will become that some adesha will happen. Therefore, there vakara is replaced by gakara. Therefore, becomes gat. Don't get too much into that. Not required now. So that vatu will become gat. Then again, gakara is replaced by iya. Therefore, idam plus iyat, the second line. Then when iyat comes, then what will happen? That idam shabda is replaced by e. E adesha bhavati. This iyat pratyaya is that iyat pratyaya follows, then that e, that idam, it becomes e. So therefore, finally, e plus iyat. Then by another sutra, that the final e plus e becomes iyat. That is SCA teacher. That is also, we will see later. It all comes at the Tadita section. Ikara, ikarasya lopah bhavati. Now you see, yat is the pratyaya, which is the form of vatu pratyaya only. So the pratyaya is vatu. The form of the vatu pratyaya is changed to yat, and vatu pratyaya is ordained after idam. Now the pratyaya is yat, ordained after idam, and idam is replaced by e, and ikarasya lopaha bhavati. Therefore, you have yat. Up to this, you understand?
Yes,
You
Ji.
don't have to know all the sutra, how it came and all. Idam shabda taking vatu pratyaya, the form has become yat. The idam is completely replaced by e, and e has become lopaha. Now, what is yat? Yat, really, it's speaking, it is only the content of the pratyaya only, right? What happened to the anga? Anga is what here?
Yeah, lopa.
Anga is, what is anga here? What was the anga?
Idam.
What happened to idam?
Idam.
Gone, right? Completely gone.
Yeah.
Replaced by e, and e has gone now.
Yeah.
Now, yat is, you want to, suppose you want to have this Strilinga form of yat. You add e to it. What will become?
Yat.
Yati.
Yati.
Yati. Okay.
Now
Yati.
there is a sentence. You take the vakya. Anena prakarena idam shabdat vatu pratyaya vigite sampurnasya idam shabdasya lopah jayate. We see that, we saw that before, right? Vatu pratyaya ordained after the idam shabda causes idam shabda to become lopa completely, right?
Yeah.
So now what is seen is only the pratyaya only is seen. Yat is only a
Yeah.
pratyaya.
Yeah.
Kevalam pratyasya drishya swarupam eva avashishyate, right?
Yeah.
Pratyaya is alone is left out. That is what is you see it. Parantu atra avashishtah yat shabdah vasutah pratipadikam asti iti smartavyam. What is yat is? Yat is really the pratipadikam, right? Pratipadikam derived by adding the tadita pratyaya to the idam shabda. Understand or not? Up to this.
Yes, Ji. Yes, Ji.
Yes.
By kritadita samasasya, already we have seen by that yat becomes a pratipadikam, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you see only the pratyaya, don't think it's only pratyaya, it's a pratipadikam.
Yeah.
Added to the idam shabda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tadita pratyaya, but that shabda has become lopa. That doesn't reduces the pratyaya to, again, I mean, to pratyaya state. It is a pratipadikam. Now, Strilinga vivakshayam, if you add e, becomes yati. Now you see. Ataha, stritvasya vivakshayam, ni pratyaya krite, you want to make it into a Strilinga form, what will happen? You have to add ni pratyaya. Then you add, when you decline, you have to add supratyaya. Pratama ekavachane supratyaya krite, iyati iti padam siddhyati, not iyati pratipadikam. Okay, when you add supratyaya, it will become what? It will become not pratipadikam, it is become padam. So iyati, like Strilinga shabda, you can decline. Pratama vibhakti ekavachana rupam is what?
Yati.
Yati, yatyau, that is how it is declined, right?
Like Nadi Shabda. Yeah.
It is not pratipadikam. Iti, because it says pratama ekavachane supratyaya krite yati iti padam siddhyati. Okay, it must be a padam, maybe a typo here. Sometimes it confuses. If you, the typo is a type, when mistakes are there, it will really take you for a big ride. What is that? You have to scratch your head. It is supratyaya added. Tadita form is already done, then Pratipadikam, then already Pratipadikam is said. Then Supratyaya when you add. Pratipadikam already we said yet, and that can be converted to Strilinga Pratipadikam by adding it. Once you add so, it has to become a Padam only. Therefore, this must be a Padam. Okay. Now,
Okay.
Yadi Stri Shabda se Pratama Ekavachanam. Stri Shabda, if you take, how do you decline Stri Shabda? Stri, Striyau, Striyaha. Okay, Ikar on the Shabda. Stri is given the Shabda Manjari, you can see. Now, Stri iti asmat anantaram iyati Shabdaha gajati. Now, there is a yes, Vakyam. Stri iyati. Stri is a Shabda. Iyati is another Shabda. Now, if the iyati Shabda comes after Stri, Targi, Stri iyati asmin vakye यद्यपि यति शब्दः स्त्री शब्दात् अनन्तरम् आगतः दृश्यते, यति is can be considered स्त्री as anga to yati.
No.
Because yati that yat is drishya rupena pratyaya, but it is drishya rupena pratyaya kintu pratyaya nasti. It is what? It is Pratipadikam, it has become a Padam. Therefore, in this Vakya, Stri Iyati, even though you see the word Stri Iyati coming after the word Stri, the Stri should not be considered as the Anga, because Tatapi Stri Shabda se Anga Sangya na bhavet. Iti spashtikartum Vidhi Shabdaha asmin sutre avashyakaha asti. Very important to see here that Iyati is that it is derived from the yat Pratipadikam. Yat is the pratyaya, not really pratyaya. It is a pratyaya, the form of the combination of the Pratipadikam idam plus yat only has given idam yat and vatup, idam and vatup only has given the form yat. So drishya rupena yat vartate, kintu if it is yat, if you take it as a, if you see it as a pratyaya, then what will happen? Stri also will be as we consider as a Anga, right? Pratyaya comes after the Anga. So therefore, but Stri should not be considered as Anga. Therefore, what we have to say? Yat is a pratyaya ordained to the idam shabda. So pratyaya vidiyate yasmat. That idam only has to consider. Even if that idam shabda has disappeared, don't consider the previous word, previous shabda. That is why the word vidihi is required. The vidihi tells that the pratyaya ordained to the shabda, even the shabda has undergone change or it has become completely lopa, because of which don't consider the preceding shabda. That is why yasmat vidihi, that yasmat pratyaya vidihi, the vidhi ordained after that shabda alone you have to consider, not the other shabda. So therefore, Stri Sanya should not become a part of the Anga. For that, we have to say Vidihi. The word Vidihi is required. Yat pratyaya se Vidihi, idam shabdat kataha asti. It is ordained after the idam shabda only, not after the Stri shabda. So Stri shabda should not be considered as the part, as the Anga, as part of. Therefore, ataha yat pratyasya angam idam iti eva. The yam pratyasya angam, what? Idam only is the Anga for the yat pratyaya, not Stri. Right? Therefore, the word Vidihi is required in this sutra. Understand? Little difficult. You have to.
Yes, got it. Yeah.
Okay. If you don't understand, leave it. No problem. Okay. This is all these are. This will become more and more tricky and complicated. That is why we say in a simple way. What is Angam? You know, that much is enough. In fact, we didn't discuss this in the beginning to avoid all this complicated discussions. So, as I said, now, if you approach it with a complete blank, it's a new everything. You don't take anything for granted. Every time, for everything you have to question. Then you will see why it is not this, why it should not be considered. Purva Pakshi will ask. So why? That is why every word is explained. The pratyaya which is ordained after that shabda alone to be considered, not the shabda preceding that shabda. That shabda to which the pratyaya ordained would have become lopa. Because it has become lopa, can you consider the other shabda? No. Therefore, suppose the word vidhi is not there, then it becomes a problem. Yasmat pratyaha. The pratyaya comes after that. Yasmat means what? Here yasmat is three shabdat I can take. Three shabda. After that pratyaya, yet pratyaya comes, we can take. Right? Because the idam shabda has disappeared. Yet only is left out. So yasmat shabdat, if I take three shabdat, pratyaya, then Sri also should be taken as the anga. That confusion can come. Understand?
Yes, Ji.
Sir.
Okay. Then third one. Asmin sutre pratyaha shabda kimartam uktaha pratyaya shabdaha. Kimartam uktam asti. Why the word pratyaya is there? Kevalam yasmat pratyaya vidhi tadadi angam iti vadamaga chet kaha doshaha. Just we say yasmat pratyaya vidhi tadadi angam. If you say, what is the problem? Uttaram. Yadi pratyaya graganam na kriyate. If you don't bring in the word pratyaya, then what will happen? Targi angasya antaha kutra syat. What is the end of the anga? It is spashtam na bhavati. That doesn't become clear. Anga as a beginning. Therefore, tadadi is required. And that shabda tadadi is required, tad referring to the shabda to which the pratyaya is ordained. So, therefore, pratyaya is ordained after the shabda, therefore vidhi is required, and pratyaya is required and ordained after the shabda, therefore yasmat is required. Therefore yasmat pratyaya vidhi up to tadadi is required. Now up to adi you have started, fine. Up to where it goes, up to where it ends. Therefore angasya antaka kutra syat spashtam na bhavati yadi pratyaye padam na nasti chet. Therefore, pratyaya swayam ange samavishtaha nasti. Because pratyaya is not part of the anga. Pratyayasya pratamavarnat purvam eva angasya samaptiki bhavati. Pratyayat purvam, pratyaya paryantam. Before the pratyaya, the anga sanya is completed. Therefore, the word pratyaya is required. Iti nirdeshtam pratyaya iti uktam asti. So the end also you have to say. The end is before the pratyaya, before the beginning of the pratyaya. Is the end of the anga. The end of the anga has to be mentioned. Therefore, the word pratyaya is there. So simple meaning is pratyaya. The word is there to mention the end of the anga. Anga sanya, what you ordained, that has a beginning. Therefore, tadadi. That must have a end. Therefore, pratyaya. And the beginning is the shabda. What shabda? Beginning of what shabda? In a vakya, so many shabdas are there. Any shabda you will take? No. That shabda to which the pratyaya is added. That only you have to take. Therefore, every word is important in the sutra. Therefore, anga sanyayaha prayogaha. Next line. Angasya asmin adhikare kriyate. Therefore, this angasya, the anga sanya is defined. Anga is important as sanya. The anga only gets a sanya, bha sanya, then pada sanya, etc. This angasya, there is an important adhikara called angasya 641. It spans for 5 sections, 641 to 74 end. All the angakaryas are mentioned there. Angakarya is antarangakarya compared to sandhikarya. Sandhikaryam, it is in 6.1 section. Angasya is 6.4. Angakarya is internal, antaranga. Sandhikarya is Bagiranga. That is, in the priority of operation, Angakarya comes first and then only Sandhikarya. That priority also, I think I told you. We will see that in the Paribhasha in detail later. It's going, now when we are revising, we can see it again, once again. Asmin adhikare proktam karyam angasya bhavati. So when there is Angakarya, you have to refer this section. So the anga word is used in many places. So that is saying here. Nyatavyam. Now, Angasanya nityam pratyaya adhikrityameva bhavati. Angasanya is always, that is adhikritya, pratyam adhikritya. It is ordained, the sanya is ordained always pratyam adhikritya with regard to the pratyaya only. इत्युक्ते केवलं राम इति अंगम अस्य वाक्यस्य कोऽपि अर्थः नास्ति. You cannot just say Rama iti angam. No. That Rama, that this here, Rama cannot be Rama iti kasya pratyasya angam. Rama is anga for what pratyaya? Without pratyaya there is no anga. Therefore, pratyaya pratyam adhikritya eva anga sanya bhavati. Depending on pratyaya only, anga sanya is ordained. Therefore, Rama iti kasya pratyasya angam itat vaktavyam. Rama is the anga for what? With regard to su pratyaya or any pratyaya, you have to tell. So with regard to the pratyaya only, shabda will have anga sanya. Pratyam bina anga sanya na bhavati iti ashayah. Therefore, the idea is without the pratyaya, there is anga sanya. There is no anga sanya. Understand?
Yes, dear.
Yes.
Okay. I explained the whole anga sanya. What is this? You can, if you have doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can go through that again. Certain information, as I said, is all extra. Then Supting Antam Padam. We are just doing the division, okay? So we have to move forward quickly. Supting Antam Padam. Important sutra. Here also on discussions are there. Why the word Antam is required? Maybe interesting. We will see that. I think I've told you, or if not, I will tell you now. Supting Padam, why just it's enough, right? You can apply always the paribhasha. What paribhasha? Alontyasya, this antya. Is, I think you would have explained this. We'll see that. Supting Antam Padam. We know what Padam is. What is a Padam? Supratyanta Shabdaha. Ting Pratyanta Shabdaha. That is Nama Padam, Kriya Padam. Pratyanta Shabda. Sup is a Pratyaya, Ting is a Pratyaya. So Pratyanta Shabdaha Padasanyakaha Bhavanti. Now, Vyakarana Shastre, Varnanam Shabdanam Cha Lakurupena Nirdeshatam Kashchana Sanya Nirdishtaha Santi. In the Vyakarana Shastra, for the Varna and Shabda, the form of Lagurupa, the short form, Nirdeshatam, some the Sanyas are given. To specify a Varna or a Shabda in a short form, the Sanyas are ordained. Okay, Sanyas are given. Nirdishtaha, Sanyas are specified. Etasu Anyatama Asti Padam iti Sanya. One of them is Padasanya. Supting Antapadam Ityataha Suadisho Asarunamastane Padam. Ityetegi Chaturbeki Sutra Yam Sanya Diyate. In 4 of this sutra, the Padasanya is Padasanya, the 4 Padasanya is given. Supting Antapadam we know. Suadisho Asarunamastane Padam also we know. In between two more sutras are the Nagakya Siticha. By that also Padasanya is ordained. Nagakya, don't worry about that. Nagakya is, the K stands for the Namadhatu Pratyaya. Similarly, Siticha is that Siticha comes that when the Sakaradi, Siti, that Pratyaya follows, the Purvam will take the Padasanya. So those things are out of scope now. Don't worry about that. So because we need to know what is Namadhatu, what is Shikyang, etc. So that is not required now. 1,4, 15 and 16. 1,4, 14 and 1,4, 17. These two sutras are important by which the Padasanya is ordained. Now, Asya Sutra Samugasya Idam Pratamam Sutram. So the 4 sutras are there, starting from 1,4, up to 1,4, So this Sutra Samugasya Sanya Asti. That is Pratamam Sutram is Suptinganta Padam, by which the Padasanya is ordained. Ane Sutrena Supratyanta Shabda Rupam Shabdanam Prathyanam Shabdanam Cha Padasanya Vidiyate, by which is the Sanya Padasanya is ordained for Supratyanta and Pratyanta Shabdam. Supratyaha we know. So just 412 Anena Sutrena Agatya Ekavimshatihi 21 Supratyah Uchyanti. All the 21 pratyas are called Supratyas. So that Shabda ends with these pratyas are called Padam. Sup Antam Padam. Ete Sarve Pratyah Pratipadikebhyah Vidiyante. Vayam Janimaha. Pratipadikebhyah eva Vidiyante Supratyah. Etesham Prayogena Padasya Nirmanam Bhavati iti Prakritasya Prakrita Sutrasya Ashayah. What is the idea or the intention of the sutra is by the addition of this pratyaya to the pratipadikam you get padam. Pada nirmanam bhavati. Pada is constructed. Yatha Rama pratipadikam su pratama supratyaya Ramaha iti padam bhavati. Then think pratyaya similarly. Tiptasji 3478 anena sutrena agatya अष्टादश तिंग प्रत्याह उच्यन्ते 18 प्रत्यास are that 9 परस्मैपदी 9 आत्मनेपदी total 18 एते सर्वे प्रत्ययाः धातुभ्यः आगच्छन्ति they come after the dhatu एतेषां योगेन by the yogena by the joining or by the union of this api padasya nirmanam bhavati pada is constructed but it becomes a padam yata as dhatuh tip pratyayah prathama ting pratyayah asti iti padam bhavati. Now व्याकरण शास्त्रे अपदं न प्रयुञ्जीत इति कश्चन सिद्धान्तः अस्ति. That is in a व्याकरण according to व्याकरण शास्त्रम no pratipadikam or dhatu or other than padam can be used in the language. Apadam na prayunjita. Don't use the apadam, that which is not a padam. So therefore in a vakya what should be there? Only padam. Either it should be Ramapadam or Kriya Padam or it could be Avyaya Padam. So Padam eva prayunjita iti. Vakye kevalam padasya eva prayoga bhavet. Only prayoga that is usage of Padam only should be there in a vakyam, in a sentence. Padabhinasya iti ukte kevala pratipadikasya kevala dhatoho va prayogaha vakyena karaniyaha. Cannot use just a pratipadikam or a dhatu in its root form in the sentence. Iti asya siddhantasya ashayah. This is the idea of this siddhanta. Apadam na prayunjita. Asmin vakye vidyamanaha pada iti shabdaha prakrita sutrena nirdishtasya sanya shabdasya eva nirdesham karoti. In this asmin vakye vidyamanaha pada iti shabdaha pada shabda by this sutra nirdishtasya sanya shabdasya nirdesham karoti. So it is pada is a sanya. So in this sentence, the word pada is there by this sutra. Nirdishtasya sanya shabdasya nirdesham karoti. It is specified. It is a name specified to the shabda. To the gives a name to the shabda. Shabdasya nirdesham karoti. Atah pratipadika dhatoho va yatochitam pratyam sanyujya padam nirmiya tatah eva tasya vakya prayoga karaniyah. Because this pada sanya is ordained for the pratipadikam with the supratyaya, dhatu with the ting pratyaya, therefore vakyasya vakya prayoga bhavati. Then only vakya in the vakya it can be used. Therefore pada sanya is important. Pada sanya, it is the sanya which is ordained for the shabda. The shabda, those shabdas only can be used in the language. The shabda here, don't confuse with the word shabda. Shabda means that it is not the pratipadikam. Shabda meaning the word. The words can be used in the language only when it is a padam. Therefore, shabda sanya, the sanya is required. The pada sanya is required. Shabda sanya is padam. The padam is a sanya given to the shabda. Shabda means the word or the sound. Now, pada adhikaraha. Pada sanyam svikritya padasya. The word pada is a sanya now. Now it is, you can see the sanya pradesha. Padasya iti 8.1.16 and also padat. All these things are there in the 8.1 chapter. Many places the word pada is used. Iti adhikaraha ashtadhyayam pravartate. In the 8th chapter, first section, there is a adhikara sutra padasya. Padat also it is there. You can see. अस्मिन् अधिकारे विद्यमानानि कार्याणि पदस्य विषये एव भवन्ति इति अनयोः अधिकारयोः आशयः. So what is the purpose of having padasya as adhikara? The karya, whatever karyas are told in this adhikara, it is only for the padasanya, in the context of pada vishaya only, the context of pada only. Yata sayogantasya padaha, we know. Sayogantasya lopaha means what? Sayogantasya padasya padasya. So pade पदान्ते वर्तमानस्य संयोगान्तस्य अन्त्यस्य वर्णस्य लोपः भवति. That is the meaning of the word, meaning of the sutra, संयोगान्तस्य लोपः. So इति सूत्रेण पदस्य अन्ते विद्यमानस्य संयोगस्य conjunct consonant at the end of the padam, then the antima varnasya, the last letter of the conjunct consonant at the end of the padam, tasya lopah vidiyate. Yata Vidvas Shabda is given an example. We can skip this. So, yeah, this much we'll see this Shabda. Anyway, we're going to see that. Vidwan plus Sakara. Now it is a Padam. Su is a Pratyaya. Sakara is a Pratyaya. Now Padanta, this is a Padam. Padante Sanyoga Asti. That Sanyogantasya is Sayoganta, that Varna is Sakara. Tasya Lopa Bhavati. That is what this Sutra does. We know that. We have seen that. Now, in the Sutra, the word Anta is there. Why it is there, he says. Sutre Anta Gragaganasya Prayojanam. What is the usage of the word Anta in the Sutram? Yadi Asmin Sutre Anta Shabdaha Nasyat. The word Anta is not there. Supting Padam we can say. See, why we can't say Supting Padam? You see, understand the background. What is Sup? Sup is a Pratyaya. What is Ting? Things are Pratyaya. Now, Pratyaya is ordained after a Prakriti. For Sup Pratyaya, it is Pratipadikam. For Ting Pratyaya, it is Dhatu. That we know. Therefore, Sup and Ting, when we say Sup, Ting or Padam, we can say, when we say what will happen, what is the defect? What is the defect in calling the just Sup? Because Sup alone cannot be the Pratyaya. Sup comes after the Prakriti, the Pratipadikam. Similarly, Ting comes after the Prakriti, which is Dhatu. So it brings its Prakriti. Along with the Prakriti only, since it is added. Therefore, Antam, the word is not required. We just simply you can say Supting Padam. Why the word Antam is there? And also the Pratyagaranit Adanta Graganam when Paribhasha is there. By that, we can say Supting Antam Padam. Why that Antam, the Supting Padam we can say. Why that word Anta is required? That is being explained here. What is the importance of the word Anta in this? Yasmin Sutra yadi Anta Shabdaha Nasyat. If Anta word is not there in the Sutra, then what will happen? Tariki Supting Padam Ityanena Kevalam Supratyasya Ting Pratyasya Parasanya Abhavishyat. If you don't say, then there is possibility the Supratya Ting Pratyaya will get. First thing is that Supting Padam, when you say Supratya Ting Pratyaya get Sanya Padam. That possibility is there first, number one. Parantu atra subantasya tingatasya cha padasanya ishyate. Nahi kevala pratyayogo. We want padasanya for sup antasya, that which ends with sup pratyaya, that which ends with ting pratyaya. Not just for the pratyayas. We don't want to ordain the padasanya for the pratyaya. We want to ordain padasanya for that which ends with sup pratyaya, that which ends with Ting Pratyaya. This is number one. Atayeva Asmin Sutre Antagraganam Kritam Asti. Therefore, the word Anta is there in the Sutra. Therefore, Sup Antam becomes Subantam, that which ends with Sup Pratyaya. Similarly, that which ends with Ting Pratyaya. Therefore, Antagraganam Avashyakam. Number one. Etat Antagraganam Eva Ashritya. Sanyavido Pratyagragana Tadanta Videhe Pratisheda Heti Kachit Paribhasha. Paribhashendu Shekare Patyate. Antagraganam Ashritya. This based on this Antagraganam only, there is a Paribhasha. One Paribhasha is there in the Paribhashendu Shekara. That is a book written by Nagochi Bhatta. It's a list out various Paribhasha. That one of the Paribhasha. These Paribhasha are not Sutra. They are outside the Sutra Pata. They are not Sutra. Some the paribhasha, the interpretational, the interpretations are given. Common paribhashas. Sanya vidau pratyaya tadanta videhe pratishedaha iti kachit paribhasha asti. That is, pratyasya nirdesham krutva sanyayaha vidanam yatra kriyate tatra antashabdaha nasti chet sa sanya pratyasya eva bhavati nahi tadantasya iti asyaha paribhashayaha ashayaha. The paribhasha says pratyasya nirdesham krutva, ordaining the pratyaya. If a sanya is given, sanyayaha vidanam yatra kriyate, by ordaining the pratyaya, tatra antashabdaha nasti eva. The shabda, antashabda is not there. If antashabda is not there, if it is not there, if antashabda is not there, then sa sanya, that sanya will be there only for the pratyaya. That sanya will be there only for the pratyaya. That is what the meaning of the paribhasha is. If the word anta, if the word anta is not there, then if the word anta is not there, then and sanya is ordained pratyasya by pratyaya, then sa sanya pratyasya eva bhavati. That sanya will be only for the pratyaya, not for that which ends with that pratyaya. That is the meaning of the paribhasha. Sanya vidau pratyaya tadanta videhe pratishedaha. Tadanta vidhi. Tadanta vidhi means that the pratyaya which is ordained after that. So pratyaya grahane sanya vidau, in ordaining a sanya, tadanta videhe pratishedaha. Pratyaya grahane tadanta videhe pratishedaha. So tadantasya referring to that which ends with the pratyaya. So if the word anta is not there in a sutram, then the pratyaya alone will get the padasanya. The pratyaya alone will get the sanya, whatever may be the sanya. That is a paribhasha. If anta word is not there, the pratyaya which is ordained after that, that pratyaya alone will get the sanya. So tadanta videhe pratishedaha. Tadanta vidhi, that after which the pratyaya is ordained, that is dismissed, that is negated. Therefore in sanya vidhi, this is a sanya vidhi, this is also a sanya only. Therefore, the word anta has to be used. That is what he says. The meaning of the paribhasha is explained in this sentence. Pratyasya nirdesham krutva sanyayaha vidanam yatra kriyate. When the sanya is ordained by the specification of the pratyaya, tatra antashabdaha nasti chet. If antashabda is not there, then that sanya, sa sanya, pratyasya eva bhavati. That is only for the pratyaya. Nagi tadantasya, not for that which ends with the pratyaya. Iti asyaha paribhashayaha ashayaha. That is the idea of this paribhasha. Therefore, understand this, what I'm saying? Is it clear?
Yes, yeah.
Atayeva tarap tamapo gaha iti sutrena ukta gha sanya kevalam tarap tamap pratyayoga bhavati. Example is giving. Tarap tamapo gaha. Tarap is one pratyaya. This is called tara is comparative, tamap is superlative, right? They get the sanya gha. Gha is a sanya. Gha is a kritrima sanya. It is an artificial sanya. Like unlike guna vriddhi. This gha is the name given to tarap and tamap pratyaya. Together they are called gha. Now, do we say that tarapantam, tamapantam gha? No. This is a, suppose if it is given, then it becomes the name, it becomes the name of that which ends with tarap and tamap. No, here just the pratyayas are given name. Tarap tamapo gaha. Iti sutrena ukta sanya gha sanya kevalam tarap tama pratyayoga bhavati. It is only the name for the pratyayas. Similarly here, if you say tsupting padam, then padam sanya will be there for sup pratyaya, pada sanya will be there for ting pratyaya only. Antam, if it is not there, then it's a problem. Only the pratyas will get the sanya, the padam, like the example, tarat tamapo gaha. Therefore, antam, the word is required. Why? Because if the anta word is not specified in the sanya sutra, then the pratyaya alone will get the name. Tadanta videhe pratishedaha, that which ends with pratyaya is negated if the anta word is not used. That is the meaning of the word, the meaning of this paribhasha. Sanya vidau, in ordering a sanya, pratyaya grahane, where the pratyaya is there, then tadanta videhe pratishedaha. So tadanta videhe pratishedaha. Therefore, only the word the anta is required. Therefore, only the word anta is required in this sutra. Otherwise, Panini Maharishi would have saved by just avoiding the word antam. This is a very good example, counter example, why it is required. If you understand this, then you will understand why this is required. Tarap tamapo gaha. Gha is a pratyaya for tarap and tamap, whereas for padam, it is not the sanya for the pratyaya, it is sanya for that which ends with. Therefore, the antam, the word is required. That is the importance of the word. Right?
Yes, yeah.
So the meaning of the paribhasha, it's given. The paribhasha also like a sutra only. So you have to understand the meaning of the paribhasha. Sanya vidau. This is one of the important paribhasha. Sanya vidau pratyaya grahane tadanta videhe pratishedaha. Pratishedatvat anta shabdam anta shabdaha anta shabdasya prayogam avashyakam. Tadanta, what is tadanta vidhi? You know, tadanta vidhi is that this and that we have seen tadanta vidhi, that which the vidhi which is specified by that which ends with tadanta vidhi. Remember, like the previous example we saw, ato dirgo yagi, ato dirgo yagi. There is adantasya angasya. We say, right? Adantasya angasya. That is tadanta vidhi. Ena vidhi tadantasya. You remember that paribhasha we saw. I have to remember that paribhasha. Ena vidhi tadantasya. When a rule is specified by using a qualifier, and it is and the qualified as the qualifier at the end, then the ena vidhi tadantasya, by that paribhasha, the change will happen to the end of the qualified. For example, if you take ato dirgo yagi, what is ato dirgo yagi says? Akara, that is avarna, that's akara, not avarna, akara at the end of the anga. So adantasya angasya. At antasya angasya. Anga ending with akara. Tasya dirghadesha bhavati. Ignado pratyaya pare. So tadanta vidhi, tadadi vidhi, both are there in the sutra. We have seen that sutra, right? Tadanta vidhi, dadadi vidhi, I explained all
Yes,
the
yes.
So you don't, therefore, tadanta, when here, supting antam padam, when we say, we apply tadanta vidhi directly. Tadanta vidhi apply directly, and we can say, that is, sup antam, see, sup antam, yet padam. Ting antam, yet tat padam. Iti, the word, the anta by yena vidhi tadantasya we can give, but the tadanta vidhi, it is not there for sanya vidhi. That is what this paribhasha says. The tadanta videhe pratishedaha is the tadanta vidhi, what we saw, yena vidhi tadantasya, that is not there for sanya sutras, where the sanya is mentioned with the it's ordained with the pratyaya. It's mentioned with the pratyaya. So sanya vidau pratyaya grahane, where the sanya is specified with the pratyaya, there tadanta vidhi you cannot apply, because tadanta vidhi is cannot be applied. Therefore, the word anta is required. Understand?
Yeah, ji, yeah, ji.
Little remembrance of what we saw is required. Tadanta vidhi, you need to know. If tadat, see, in the last example, we saw Ato Dirgo Yagi, you take. What is Ato Dirgo Yagi says?
Ataha angasya yajna.
Ataha is what? Akarasya. Akarasya Dirga Bhavati. Kasya Akarasya? Angasya. Anga, where the Anga should be there? At the end. Where it is mentioned in the sutra. It is not mentioned, right? You apply Tadanta Vidhi and say, Anga is the substantive and the adjective is Ataha, that is Akaraha. So, you add the word Anta and say, Adantasya Angasya. That Anga which ends with Akara. Adantasya Angasya, you say, right? So, Tadanta Vidhi you apply. Adantasya Angasya. Then Antima Varnasya Dirgaha Bhavati. That is called Tadanta Vidhi. The same Tadanta Vidhi, why can't we apply here Supting Padam when we say Sup Antam Padam, Ting Antam Padam, why can't we say no? That is not there for Sanya Vidhi. That is what the Paribhasha says. In a Sanya which is specified with the Pratyaya, that Tadanta Vidhi is Pratishedaha. It is negated. Because Adanta Vidhi is not there, therefore the word Anta is required. Okay. If you apply this Tadanta Vidhi even for Sanya Sutra, see Tadanta Vidhi is only for Vidhi Sutra. That is why the word itself Tadanta Vidhi. It is for Vidhi Sutra. If you apply Tadanta Vidhi for everything, including Sanya Sutra, the best counter example is this. Tarap Tamapo Gaha. Then the Tarap and Tama will not get Gasanya. That which ends with Tarap Pratyaya. That which ends with Tama Pratyaya. Like Gugyatara, Gugyatama, all the words are there, right? They are called Tarap Tama. That words will get Gasanya. That is not we want. We want to give only the Sanya to the Pratyaya. Tarap Pratyaya and Tama Pratyaya. Gha. Similarly, here, if you say Sup Ting Padam, the Pada Sanya will be ordained only to Sup Pratyaya Ting Pratyaya. That is not we want. Therefore, the word Antam is required. I have given two types of interpretation. Both are same only. It's not two ways I have given interpreted. Both are same only. You understand any one thing, it is okay. Either you remember the example Taratamapogaha and understand, or you remember the Paribhasha and understand. Both are okay. To understand the Paribhasha, you have to remember Tadanta Vidhi. If you don't remember Tadanta Vidhi, then you understand the example. Right? Is it confusing, Parvati?
No. No, sir. No. Clear.
Tadanta Vidhi, Tadadi Vidhi, important. I think we have seen, and I can explain again. Maybe it's going to come later in the Paribhasha. A lot of examples I have added in Tadanta Vidhi and Tadadi Vidhi. Many examples during the class I have taken. Whenever I say these examples, I just copy the examples and put it under Tadanta Vidhi, Tadadi Vidhi. That's a default Vidhi we apply. See, the rules are specified with a qualifier. The rules are specified with a qualifier. Qualified means adjective. Adjective cannot stand, no. It must have substantive.
Yeah.
Adjectives are nothing but they are the attributes for the substantive. So it is applicable for the substantive having that attributes. And where the attributes are in the context of grammar, it is at the end. The end of that. In the example, the end letter of the Anga, which is Akara. So the Anga is specified with the adjective Akara, Adantasya Angasya.
Oh.
Sutra doesn't say Adantasya. Sutra says Ato Dirgo Yagi. Anga comes as Anuvrutti. Ataha Angaha Dirgaha. That is what the Sutra is with the Anuvrutti. We add Adantasya Angasya. Yena Vidhi Adantasya by applying the It is a vidhi. It is not a sanya there. Therefore, we can apply tadanta vidhi. We say adantasya angasya dirghaha bhavati iti we say. Tadanta vidhi, there we apply. Whereas in Sanya Sutra, the tadanta vidhi is pratishedaha. It is dismissed, it is negated. Here you cannot say, by default, you cannot bring sup antam. Sup antam. Sup is the end of what? The end of the shabda. So sup antam shabdam padam you cannot say. Sup antam pad shabdam, by bringing tadanta vidhi you cannot say, because sanya vidhi is pratisheda. Sanya vidhi, it is pratisheda. If it is not pratisheda, then this example, see this example and compare this with this. If it is not pratisheda, then tarap will not get the sanya. Tarap antam only will get the sanya. Tamap will not get the sanya. Tamap antam only will get the sanya. That becomes a problem. Therefore, the word anta is required for this sutra. So tarap tamapo gaha is a counter example to understand why the word anta is required. Both are sanya sutra. Supting anta padam, tarap tamapo gaha is both are sanya sutra. But there is a big difference between the two. Here pada sanya is ordained not to the pratyaya, ordained to that which ends with pratyaya. Here it is ga sanya, that ga sanya is ordained to the very pratyaya itself. So in sanya vidhi, what is ordained, the sanya which is ordained in sanya vidhi, sanya which is ordained for the pratyaya is only for the pratyaya, unless if you mention anta. If it anta is there, then it refers to the shabda which ends with pratyaya, then that will get the particular sanya. So that is why the word antam is required. I hope you understand. It's a little elaborate explanation. Okay, therefore supting antam padam. Okay, that's what it says here. Subantam tingantam cha shabda rupam padasangyam bhavati. So the shabda rupam is what get the padasanya. In contrast to the pratyaya getting the ghasanya in this example. Okay, I think we can stop here. Right. Sushila, I'm doing only the revision. Nothing
Okay.
more. Elaborating what we have already seen. In fact, it's a revision. You have to go quickly. It doesn't matter. But I'm elaborating detail. But what is already been said is covered, and extra details are given. Even if you don't understand extra detail, doesn't matter. But basic things, you will not miss it.
Okay.
What is padam? That will be clear, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we'll stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. If you want clear understanding, you have to write it. You have to write in words what I said, and you will see for yourself. You will understand.
Yes.
Because this is something like a mathematical thing. It is just a equation or something I'm saying, only through words. That's also it's little difficult. You have to say it in a connected way properly. You write it and you see, you will understand. You write what I said. You write your understanding and send.
Yes.
Through WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Any wrong understanding? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Dhanyawadaha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಶರಣ್ ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಜಿ.
Dhanyawadaha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.